A partner claiming that her life is miserable because of the partner she is living with. I am not growing in my career because my company is not progressing. My company is not doing well. Therefore, I am stuck into same situation. I am a situation driven person. If situations are positive, positive things will happen. If events are negative, negative things will happen to me. I lose control. Yeah, I am like a kite that is being guided by the flow of the wind. So last week, I was having a coaching session with one of my clients. And during the session, I could sense a pattern with him. That pattern was the tendency to blame his parents for the miserable situation he was into. This video, we are going to talk about this topic. What is victim mindset? What are the characteristics or examples of this mentality? What are the consequences when you have this victim mindset or when you fall prey to this condition? And what's the antidote? If you are someone who has experienced this in your life, then this video is going to be immensely useful for you. So do watch it. If you think you are not someone who has experienced this victim mindset, at least watch for next 2 to 3 minutes, and I can assure you, you will have some new realizations coming into. Hi friends, my name is Lalit Ondlani. I am a life and executive coach, corporate trainer, motivational speaker, and an author. Now let's get started with the today's topic, and let me share with you more about victim mindset. So let's move forward and let me share with you my take on this topic called victim mindset. Now let's understand what is it and why we are calling it a victim mindset. Victim mindset is a condition, it's a mental state where we have this tendency of not taking the ownership or responsibility for our situation, and instead we start blaming others for the condition that we are in. Others, it's not necessarily the people, it could be environment, it could be situation. And I have seen people to the extent of going and blaming Almighty God for the situation that they are into. So this is the condition where we say, my life is not in my control. I am being controlled by somebody else, meaning I am like a TV or a device having a remote which is being operated by someone else. And since I don't have the self control, and my life is not working according to me. So that's typically a symptom of victim mindset. Now you may think, no, I haven't experienced it. Why I should watch this video? Let me share some examples with you from almost all the critical areas of life. Health. If I am overweight, and I am thinking I am not able to lose weight because in my family everybody is eating greasy food. Hence, I am not able to control myself when it comes to my diet, or I am not able to work out because of my work schedule, or I am not able to work out because I don't have the facilities at my home or around me. What am I saying? I am not able to take care of my health because others are making unhealthy food. I am not able to take care of my health and fitness because I don't have the requisite facilities around me. So, what is it? I am giving the ownership to someone else. Let's look at a second scenario or a second example. I am a businessman. My business is not growing. And I say my business is not growing because I don't have the right customers. That's why I'm not getting the requisite sales. Or the taxes are too high. Government is imposing so high taxes. How can one make money? And that's why my business is not growing, or my shop or my establishment is located in a locality where there is no demand for the product and services I'm offering. Or in the today's world, the conventional methods are no longer working. Everything is digitized, but I am technically challenged. What am I saying? My business is not growing because of the factors which are beyond my control. Let's have a third example. Those of you who are employees may be able to relate it better. I am not growing in my career because my company is not progressing. My company is not doing well. Therefore, I am stuck into same situation. Or my company is growing, the people around me are growing, but they are engaging into organizational politics. They are doing buttering of the boss. They are very dear to the management, but I am not. Owing to which my career is not growing. What is it? What am I doing? I'm saying my career is not growing because of one, two, three, four things, everything and anything, but not me. Let's look at a relationship example. A partner claiming that her life is miserable because of the partner she is living with. A person claiming or a partner claiming she is not able to work because she was not given the enough opportunities. A homemaker saying that I am having too much of mental stress, poor health because my family is not supporting me or my family is creating that kind of environment for me, which is too much for me to bear. What am I doing? Again, I'm saying my condition, the kind of life I am living is because of somebody else. I'm sure you may be able to relate with either of these examples, which are related to health, relationship, career, business, or anything else. All these are signs and symptoms of a victim mindset. Now, let's look at what are the consequences that we face because of this mentality, because of this kind of thought process. Number one is wrong focus. Overall, throughout, if you see in this situation, our focus remains on what's happening with me, which is not correct. So I am focusing on others. I am focusing on bad things that are happening in my life. I am focusing on what is not going right in my life. There is a saying, whatever you focus on, it spends. When I consistently focus on something which is not going right, that grows manifold. It zooms out, and my it takes the entire headspace. It takes the my entire attention because I get focused on it. So my entire life is filled with bad things because that is what I am focusing. Number two, lack of ownership. Since I am focusing on only wrong things, and these wrong things are happening to me because of somebody else, but not me, I have this tendency to give up the ownership of my life. I have this tendency of giving the ownership of my situation to someone else. And the day that happens, when I stop taking ownership of my life, I fall prey to circumstances. Now I am an event driven person. I am a situation driven person. If situations are positive, positive things will happen. If events are negative, negative things will happen to me. I lose control. Yeah, I am like a kite that is being guided by the flow of the wind. If the wind is favorable, I go high. If the wind is not favorable, I come down. Something similar to that. Number three, remaining stuck. See, when I am giving the ownership of my life to somebody else, what do I do? Nothing. I just pray, hope for things to improve with the mindset which is full of negativity. So when I am wishing for good things to happen, but in my head, continuously I am thinking about the bad things, the chances of good things happening is similarly low. And what do? I do nothing. So if I do nothing, I remain stuck at the same situation for a prolonged time, whether it is my health, career, relationship, or money. I remain stuck into the same life, and that's why I feel miserable in my life. Number four, when I remain stuck, what do I do? Nothing. What kind of progress I experience? None. So I remain stuck at the same place for a prolonged period. There is no progress happening. I can see others passing by, others making progress. And when they are progressing, I feel very dejected, demotivated, and alienated from the world. Number five, mental stress or mental health issues. Now, when I'm not doing anything, I'm remaining stuck, I am not progressing. That takes a toll of my mental health because I have stress, I experience worry, I experience anxiety, and all other negative emotions within me. Especially when I see others progressing, everyone else progressing, but me. And when I experience mental stress, that clouds my thinking, that stops me for thinking rationally, and because of which I fall into a pattern where I continuously feel I am wronged, things are happening to me, why is it happening to me, why only me, etc., etc., etc. So these are the five key consequences which we face when we fall prey to this victim mindset or victim mentality. Now let's move forward and see if these are the consequences, how can we really overcome it? Now, before moving forward, if you have watched this video till now, I understand you are someone who is very serious about personal growth and development. And as a gift from my side, I would like to give you a small PDF guide which will help you in your personal growth and progression. You can go into the description box, find the link, and download it for free. Thank you very much. Let's move forward now. So, we have discussed till now examples and characteristics of this victim mindset, and also some of the consequences that occur because of this mentality. Now, let's talk about how to overcome this situation. And here we may also use an example for better understanding. So, the formula or the framework that I would like to share with you is a combination of 3R. So, let's call it a 3R methodology to overcome victim mentality. So, what's the first R? So, the first R is rationalize. What do I mean by that? It's about developing a rational outlook for the situation by looking at what are the things you can control and what are the things you cannot control. Let's understand with the help of an example. Consider you are an employee working into an organization where either you have a toxic work culture or toxic boss. If you are into this situation and you are following this 3R method, the first step would require you to look at the situation rationally. How can you do that? Make a list of what are the things you cannot control and what are the things that you can control. Let's consider an example that you are having a toxic boss, someone who is always negative and in whose company you feel miserable. Now, what are the things you cannot control? You cannot change the boss's personality. If the boss has developed this kind of personality, this is something which you cannot control, of course, unless you are a psychologist, which in most occasions is not true. So this is one thing which you cannot control. Now let's look at what is it that you can control. Now, if boss has a toxic personality, he's most of the time angry. Let's call him an angry manager. He must be having some triggers. What you can control is identify the triggers. What are the kind of triggers that make him angry? Is it that when you come late, that triggers him? Is it the poor quality of work that triggers him? Is it a particular time of the day where he is triggered, or is it something else? Every person has some triggers. All you need to do is identify what are the triggers. So, this is something which you can control. Let's look at another example. Say you are working in an organization which is not growing, the work culture is not good, and people have this habit of engaging into useless talk, useless stuff. So, what are the things you cannot control? Possibly, you cannot stop the decline of your company. Possibly, you cannot stop your organization from going down. What are the things that you can control? If possible, you can always look for a new job. That is something which is in your control. Nobody has asked you to remain with that organization, continue working with it, even if things are not going favorable, you are not liking it, and you can clearly see things are not going to get better any soon. So, this is something which you can control. Similarly, look at the situation wherever you are into and make a list of what are the things you can control and what are the things you cannot control. So that's the step one, which is rationalize. Number two, once you have prepared this list, now is the time to reset. Reset what? Reset your focus. So, as we stated earlier, mostly in such situations when we are experiencing this victim mindset or victim mentality, we tend to focus more on the things that are not going right. Now, once you have prepared the list of things that you can control, you need to reset your focus on the things which you can. How it helps is, see, once you have made a list of the things that you can control, you look at it, you get a sense of empowerment. You no longer feel helpless that nothing can be changed, nothing can be improved. The company is going down, the market situation is bad, I can't do anything about it, and I have to work on this job only. If I have got a wrong boss, I can't do anything about it. He's like that only. He's like with somebody else also. He's like this with me also, etc., etc., etc. When you look at the things that you can control, you feel empowered. That gives you a sense of empower. Once you start focusing on it, you identify what else can you do. So let's consider an example. So if you decide to look for a job outside the organization because you can clearly see the organization is not going anywhere, and once you have made a decision, you look at it, you may identify the new ways. What else you can do? Find a new job. What are the various modes? What are the various methods you can employ to get yourself employed? Whether you can reach out to references, you can update your CV on job portals, you can reach out to specific consultants, you can leverage mediums like LinkedIn, social media, etc. So as you focus more, you come up with new ways, new steps, new ideas, and that helps you. Finally, number three, once you have rationalized, once you have reset your focus, now the time is for you is to respond. So by focusing, you make a list of actions that you are going to take. And once you have done that, it's time for you to respond to the situation by taking action. Nothing can help you more than taking action. I have a serious and strong bias towards action because it's not the negative situation. It's not the failure that leads to stress. It is not doing anything about things that creates a lot of anxiety, stress, worry, or whatever negative emotion you call it. So the third step in this is respond. Reach out to the people who can help you in getting job. Reach out to the professionals, consultants, job portals. Start doing things. If it is your boss who is toxic and you have identified the triggers, start working on how you can avoid those situations, how you can avoid confronting him during the particular time of the day where he is in a bad mood and he shouts at you. In case you had a bad day, let's consider you had a bad day. What can you do about? Can you define? Can you find a mechanism which can help you in overcoming that situation, that negative state once you are out of work? What is it that you can do? That is the response that you need to take. So once you have rationalized the situation, made the list, you have reset your focus on what you can control. And once you start responding to things in the right way, gradually you start coming out of your victim mentality or victim state. This is how it helps you. I hope you are able to relate to the antidote that I just shared, the consequences which we discussed earlier, and why this state is not good for us. If the video made sense to you, feel free to share your comments below the video. Any feedback is a good feedback, and I consider feedback as a gift. So please feel free to share your gift with me. In case you have not downloaded your free guide till now, you can go into the description and do that. And if you are someone who is very serious about your personal growth and development, would like to work with a coach, I would be happy to help you. You can go into the description, find the link where you can connect with me, and I would be happy to explore how I can help you. Thank you very much for watching this video till the very end. This is Lalit Hondlani signing out till we meet once again. Bye bye.